All right, dudes, let's work out who is going to win this competition. There's obviously two guys up top in Pete and Kushla who are in the box seat, with Pete having a 27-point lead on Kushla, and then 80 points down to Matt, and then a good chunk of change, 43 points down to Kai in fourth. So let's have a look at where these teams are at. I'm going to answer a couple of questions and go through my tips at the end as well. So thanks again for being in here. The small group of you diehards, you're absolute legends. Thank you very much. So Pete, he's used all his trades. So that's a start for the people below him. That's for sure. And looking at players that are out this week, it is Casey McLean. It is Galvin. Who else we got? Jerome to make 3. Cam Murray to make 4. So the Murray one was a tough one for him there. So still has 17 this week, all going to plan. If Curran plays as well, which is going to be helpful for him. So still 17. Hopefully he can get through this week well. And then, yeah, that's rough. Ended up trading Cleary to Murray last week and went Maddo to Henry. Ugh, tough little finish there for him. Did pick up a couple of good DC scores from the Eli Katoa one, and then got Jacob Littleton, which was an awesome trade in. So hopefully he can hold on. 2 weeks to go. If he gets a little bit lucky next week, he hasn't Adam Fanua-Blake, and that's it really. Hopefully the other guys can return and play. So good luck to Pete. He's definitely still a very high chance of winning. Kushla in second has no trades left either, and has Hughes, has Harry Grant. It's a big one in there. Then we've got Galvin, number 3, plus touch and go. Stranger's out, obviously. Fainu's out there as well. So sitting there with 5 out this week probably makes it a little bit hard to have a big chase on Pete there in that next position. As I said, only not too far behind there in 27 points. The Des Hasler's magic touch there. Also sitting with no trades, unfortunately. And up top has Hughes as an out, has Plath as a 50-50, has Bloor out number 2, Casey McLean out number 3, and Harry Grant. So sitting with 4 out as well. A decent chance. Obviously, probably just depends on a little bit of luck. And Murray as well. Didn't see Murray, damn it, has 5 out. So we'll be playing 1 short as well. So I think, guys, if you're anywhere up there in the top 1,000 or so, if you can get 17 on the park and you can have a pretty solid week scores-wise, not something that like what I had last week, then I think you'd be in with a good chance to actually make some ranks this week. That'd be nice. And then you have Kai, I believe. Is it Kai? Yeah, Kai's in 4th with obviously a decent chance. Not a crazy amount behind, 150 points, but would have liked a couple more trades, unfortunately. But in there with Plath, who's still playing. Just Hughes out, Fainu out. Yeah, so in probably the best spot here with a couple of loopers this week. So we'll definitely put Kai with a chance of winning this thing still. Riley's Rages. A nice little score last week of 1,037 after being on the channel. Good stuff, Mr. Riley's Rages. All right. Yeah, did good there. Who else we got down in this spot? Nice. Yeah. All right, so 21,650 and then 646. These next probably 3 are the final chances, you think, unless you can have a week like last week where you win by a couple hundred. But Riley in there with 2 trades remaining and had a really good score last week, as I said, so that was helpful. But sitting there with Ben Hunt, Iro, Cotter in there, it's gonna be fun. Offengawe doing well. Also, everyone on the bench is going to be there and playing. Galvin's going to be out, Hughes is going to be out, so going to make sure that the halves are good. It's got Ben Hunt there. Grant's going to be out and Murray. So yeah, could use 1 or even, probably 1 if you wanted to. Could use 2 trades as well. So definitely in with a shot of winning this thing. Riley's Rages. And then we move to the Renegade Shoeshiners. And they also have 2 trades remaining, which is really, really cool. So looking at this week with Hughes being out, we've got Cleary out as well. Surprised he hasn't traded Cleary yet. Why hasn't that happened? Didn't use a trade last week. Went Iro to Ramian in the week he went on. He didn't play. Must have needed a centre that week. But Cleary number 2, Fainu number 3, and then Sipley number 4. So yeah, got a couple of trades available, which is cool. The hard-earned index with 1 trade left is going to need things to go right, but at least has a trade remaining. And then it's Alfie's team with no trades there. Doxsons, no trades, and then Bevan with 1 trade as well. So we'll see how he goes. obviously they're still fighting for that chance at overall glory, and is sitting 209 points behind. So be pretty hard pressed to get 209 points without having sort of 2 or 3 trades left. But yeah, it puts everyone sort of from 4 down to 7 or so in a really good spot. And I think Kai and Riley can have a shot at going for glory, but it is going to be hard for the guys up top to hold on without those trades left. But it's also going to be hard to catch up 100 or so points when a lot of the teams are fairly similar and have got the same kind of guys out. So that's going to be super fun to follow how that one's sitting at the moment. So Pete, Kushla, Matt, Kai, and Riley in that top 5, and in with a cracking shot of winning this thing. So yeah, be watching how that one plays out. And guys, for myself, I ended up falling 1 more point behind in my family tipping comp. I went for the Dragons play to finish off last week, and that obviously hurt me in that one. In the private group there, we've still got Heath up top, winning by 2. And then Brad in second is the only one that can really chase him down unless someone gets a full round there, which is pretty cool. And then the open comp has Samuel up top at 129, Anthony, Steve, and James all in the hunt with 4 points behind there. James is to get that tipping glory. So this week there could be a couple of little random pushes against the grain. I do expect the Cowboys to win, even though Storm are winning the comp. We've got lots out there, so we'll go with the Cows in that one. I am going to pick the Eagles against the Dogs. The Eagles need to win. They'll be very embarrassed after losing last week to the Tigs. So I do think that it's time for them to get that win, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to go against the grain on that one and try and catch one up. Panthers, you expect them to beat the Bunnies after 2 losses there. Dragons and Eels, I think I might end up changing that one. We'll see how things play out with the Eagles tip. If they can get up, I might be a little bit more conservative with 2 weeks to go. But at the moment, I'm picking the Dragons. They seem to be 1 win, 1 loss type of thing at the moment. Broncos against the Finns, but could easily change that back. Broncos looks like they're determined to make these finals now after all this time of spending in the bottom 8. They're determined now apparently, so I'm using that as my fuel to pick them. Sharkies winning by 12 against the Warriors. This is how I'm going to play that one. Titans against the Knights at the moment. I'm going to go that route again, just waiting and seeing on the games before and seeing how that one plays out. But I do think the Knights should win, but the Titans have a chance here. And the odds are very, very skewed in that one, I think, with the run that the Titans can have. And, Knights missing their back rowers and a few things going on there. And then Roosters should beat the Raiders there. So that's why I'm sticking with that one. And then just going a few questions there before we finish up. Brady to say with Schneider there, Luai's average drops down to 40. And that is, they've played 3 games together, and that's only because of the 27 last week drops him down to a 40 from the 50 that he was at before. I have 8 trades left. Is it worth trading at Hughes or Grant to Yo, another big gun? Yes, go nuts. Surely you don't have 8 trades left, but play on. Not sure what this guy's doing, just naming names. Good stuff. Cook, Tarpany, Fanua Blake, Fafita, Yo, Olakau'atu, Burton, Sam Walker, Munster. He's just naming his whole team with 3 trades and 100k. Good stuff. Jamie and Edge to trade in, preferably under 500k, but any that fits the budget that will score well. It is my last trade. Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot, to be fair. Let's have a quick look while we're here. Easiest way to do that, mate, is just to go into positions, click Edge, click on that one there to show everyone with an available status. I'm going to go under 500k. All right, so you got Willison that will do a job. Felice Kafusi obviously starting there. Pia Kura or Burbo. Salmon's playing 13 this week, so that could play out okay. But there's really not too much available, mate, to be honest. Bird's starting at 6. Should be able to do okay, but yeah, no one really of any exciting nature. Willison's probably a 30-odd at the moment, so if you can try and do it a different way, do so. Otherwise, I don't think you can do that. Video on that one. Best captaincy option, obviously Yo, I think, on that one. Then Carrigan, then like Ponga. Safety video to check on that one. Last trade this week in your questions vid, if you're doing it, can you explain how I can loop Starling and Hands in Grant's hooker spot while also looping 2 people in my emergencies with Galvin in the last interchange? Will be much appreciated. Yeah, it's that one's that makes it a little bit more simple. So out of Starling and Hands, you look at which player plays the first game this week. So Starling and Hands. So when does the Raiders play? They play later in the week. Okay, so Hands is the first person that you loop. Starling is last. So with Grant, you pop him in that hooker slot. Let's just say you have Hands in number 6, right? And you have Starling behind him, just for now. If Hands does well, you leave Starling behind in number 7, okay? And then you get Hands score. If you don't really rate Hands score, you put Starling either up into the interchange or you just put him straight swap with Grant, which makes that super easy when you've got someone on the bye. And if you want to put someone in the 4th spot like Galvin, and then you want to loop number 5, you can make that decision, right? Because if you don't like number 5 score, you just move Galvin and switch him with another player that you've got down below, right? That keeps it super simple if you want to play it that way. But in that case, if you took Hands spot, you wouldn't be able to take Starling's position there on that one. Video. Hey, Jamie, great content. Who's the best player for under 450? Only got one trade and want to get rid of Sipley. It's not ideal. Again, if you're going that way, all positions under 450k. If you're looking down that route. All right, where are we? Hands isn't the worst at under 450k, to be fair. Alamonti's back this week. I think Khan Pereira can obviously have big scores, but he can have really low ones as well. Bronson Sherry's really solid. I think P. Kura, not the worst pick. You got Brandon Smith, who's starting. Osako at 422 could have a big game. Not up against the hardest opponents to finish this off. Luke Metcalf starting, obviously, but tends to score a bit average at times. Yeah, so they're the guys you probably want to look at. Sam Hughes is doing a decent job as a starter now. Farlongo this week could do pretty well. 373. Talakai's in starting. Harry Hayes is doing good stuff. Hit a 42 last week with the try. So, yeah, they're the kind of options you want to look at. Video. And then I think we'll go one more for you to get going and get things moving at home. Thanks for you. No trades left, but still soaking up the wisdom. Thank you, Les. Captain options. Do I get a safe bet with Yo? Up to your risk. That one, I think Yo's the easiest one, but I think like Pong is probably the fun one. And then HJB head-to-head final, bring in Wishart / Munster and Burton / Hines, or Reynolds and Nickera. She's mate, been a great watch all season. Thank you very much, Jared. I think, tough one. Prob second option. You know that they're going to play both games. You only need 2 good games out of Reynolds, I think, on that one as well. So we'll leave it there, guys. Just a quick one on that. I've got a busy day moving today and tomorrow, so getting into that. I'll get the trades video out to you a little bit later. Thanks for that. I hope that was fun to watch.